Hey YouTube, it's Nova Blazer ZX back for a brand new deck profile. And as you can see, I am now maining X-Sabers for the upcoming October 2014 format and the formats to probably come. Now, if you guys are wondering why, well, it's pretty much just like due to a bunch of personal reasons. I've actually had my eye on building X-Sabers for quite a long time, but for like the past couple of years or so, I guess. The deck's been kind of expensive, especially at the format where they were topping a lot. You know, it was a pretty expensive deck, and cards for me were kind of hard to come by. So, yeah, it's been quite a long time. I personally love the theme of X-Sabers. You know, their card designs, you know, the color schemes and everything, and just like their play style, where how they have like so many options, so many win conditions, and just like all of these plays ranging from like hand loops to spell and trap lockdown with cards like Materia Beast, Barkion, popping backward Hyunlei, you know, summoning out all of those big synchros and all that stuff. And yeah, I've been a big synchro since the 5Ds era, so yeah, that's just like me personally. And for those of you guys who have been following me for my Fire King deck profiles, this is not really a change due to the fact that I think Fire Kings are bad. I feel like Fire Kings are still a really good deck right now. But yeah, just due to personal reasons, I just decided to switch to X-Sabers, and I just got the build done like just a couple of days ago. And also a big shout out to Sano Jano, my good friend, who just pretty much helped me build the deck to what it is. I'm still missing like a couple of cards, and I'm also still kind of like a novice X-Saber player, so I guess kind of bear with me for the time being. But yeah, this right here is the deck profile, and just like I said, keep in mind I might be missing a couple of cards or so, and you'll probably know once you see it. So going on, to start off, we have the triple Fall Troll. I'm kind of swaying between running 2 to 3, mainly because my problem with Fall Troll is that the fact that he is cloggy. But once again, Fall Troll is the heart and soul of your big plays of the deck. Pretty much the ability to summon out X-Sabers from your graveyard is insane, and going for those massive synchro plays, those swarming capabilities, and the fact that, of course, you know, it's very easy to bring out 2 X-Sabers to your field with this deck, no problem whatsoever. So yeah, I definitely do kind of see myself dropping Fall Troll to 2, but overall I can see why people run 3, because he is pretty much the main playmaker of the deck, and he pretty much leads to your win conditions. And he's also the main card that you like to search with your main searcher, which is Dark Soul. 3 Bogart Knight, which is also very, very standard, of course. He's also your other playmaker, allowing you to go into your synchro plays, you know, swarming your stuff, easily bring out 2 X-Sabers straight out of your hand, and then going for those Fall Troll plays. It's pretty standard. Up next, we got the Warrior lineup of the deck, which I run the 2 Pashul, and the 2, of course, the Full Helm Knights. Of course, some people like to run like 1 or maybe 3 of him. I've seen builds that like to run 3, but overall I found the 2 Pashul to be a perfect number. Basically because I don't want to have to rely on installing with this guy until I start drawing my cards. Because overall it's not reliable, especially for the fact that you will be taking damage every turn when you're trying to stall with this guy. But of course, I also like running 2 just because it's a right number. You know, you have enough place to go into your level 6 synchros, your level 8 synchros, go into stuff like Materia Beast, go into Barkion with your level 4, with some of your level 4s. You can make your level 8 synchros and all that stuff. And of course, as good as Full Helm Knight is, I don't like the idea of having to clog with Full Helm Knight. So I personally like the fact to keep his number at 2. And I do understand that, of course, Full Helm Knight has like 2 wonderful effects, with one, of course, being the ability to negate 1 attack, and of course the ability to pretty much special summon straight out of the graveyard if he destroys a monster in defense position, which you will see every now and then. So this is pretty much my tuner ratio, and I like it. Up next, we have the main searcher of the deck, which is X-Saber Dark Soul. I am also kind of swaying between running 2 to 3 of him, just because I also don't like the idea of having to clog my hand with 2 Dark Soul. But of course, he is a wonderful searcher, especially because he is pretty much like the only card in your deck to really grab Fall Troll, which is also your big playmaker. So definitely do at least suggest that you guys run 2 to 3, of course, is a good number. But yeah, like I said, I might drop 1 of the Dark Souls for something else just because I don't like clogging with it. And right now I'm also running 3 just because I'm missing like 1 Ember's Blade in the deck. And to get onto that, of course, like I said, one Ember's Blade. I would actually run two, but right now I'm missing one right now, so right now I have that proxied for the X-Saber, the double X-Saber Garson right here, which is not so bad. This is not like a bad tech. I might even swap this, however, for probably an X-Saber Galahad, just because it's a level 4 X-Saber monster and it's searchable by Rhoda. And of course, the level 4 X-Sabers also allow you to go into Barkion a lot more. They allow you to go into your rank 4 plays, and of course they're your extra non-tuners as well to go into more synchro plays. But regarding the Ember's Blade, like I said, I probably run 2 just for consistency's sake. And the reason I don't like the idea of having to run 3 Ember's Blades is because of the fact that he's kind of like one of those old school floaters where he can only start recruiting monsters if he's destroyed by battle. If you destroy him by card effect or remove him from the field by other means, he will not do anything for you. So I suggest you guys only run 2 Ember's Blade, and I think the deck is consistent enough with all the extra searches from Tenki and Rhoda to pretty much compensate for you not getting your Ember's Blade. And last for the monster lineup, I'm testing out one Crane just because it allows you to go into Barkion a lot more. You can make your pretty much more synchro plays. You can make rank 3 plays with this card. It's a nice little one-off that I'm just testing, so I'm not really sure about it yet, but overall it's okay. And for the spell lineup, of course, we run the triple Tenki, just because you want to keep searching your Boggart Knights, because they are one of your playmakers in the deck to keep you special summoning from your hand and stuff. So definitely keep this at 3. Also trying out 3 Rhoda as well, just to search out your tuners, because you do want the tuners in your hand as quick as possible, and depending on the situation as well. 1 of Soul Charge just because the card is at 1, but of course in X-Sabers it's pretty busted. Just pretty much every synchro deck, every synchro deck should ought to run Soul Charge, just because of the plays that you can make, you know, the multiple options that you have, and just pretty much with X-Sabers you can go into like so many things, and of course very great with the hand loop combo with Gothams and all that stuff. So definitely Soul Charge is really busted in this deck as well. 2 MSD to deal with your Floodgate cards, and of course the Quelaw format where you want to pop Pendulum Scales. Book of Moon is a great card, just pretty much the Swiss Army knife of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is also very good to protect stuff like your Heian when you're synchro summon, to, you know, just protect them from stuff like Breakthrough Skill and, you know, or whatever other effect negation cards. And this is also great in tandem with double X-Saber Full Helm Knight. That's it for my spell lineup. For my traps, I only run 2 Gotham's Emergency Call because 3 is way too cloggy, and I know it is a good card, definitely a great card, but I would only recommend 2 just because of the clog. But of course, it's a very, very powerful card in X-Sabers. It's just pretty much the ability to bring out 2 monsters out of nowhere and make an extra deck play is just insane, and chances are you could probably win like a ton of games with just this card alone. 3 Trap Stun is an absolute must in this deck, just because the format is very, very back row heavy, and there's nothing better in this deck than playing Trap Stun and then summoning a Heian to pop up your opponent's back row right afterwards. And that combo has gone up so many times in this deck. But of course, yeah, Trap Stun is very, very crucial because you want your plays to go up very safely. We are in a format with a lot of back row, with Floodgate cards such as Vanity's Emptiness and Skill Drain, and you do not want to deal with those cards. Because if they do manage to mess up your plays, it's a major setback for X-Saber. So I suggest you guys run 3 Trap Stun to make those plays safe. I also run the 1 of Wiretap just because I personally love the card, and you will be going up against those rogue matchups such as the Teller Knights, which run Alpha Nova, and there are a lot of decks that of course would run Wiretap as well, and you do not want them to play Wiretap against cards like Trap Stun and Gotham's Emergency Call, so you do want to have at least this one card to kind of respond for that. And for the staple traps to pretty much deal with everything else, I run 2 Deep Prison to control Battle Phase, still a great card. 1 Breakthrough Skill, and I'm also missing another one of this, so right now I'm playing Trap Hole Nightmare in place of it. But of course, this card has been putting in a lot of work as well, so I kind of like it. But I would probably swap this for a Breakthrough Skill just because it helps you better with the Shadal matchup, just because Winda is kind of a pain, is a pain for this deck. Then we have the staples, the 1 Warning because Soul Charge is at 1, the 1 Torrential Tribute, the Compulse, and the Bottomless. And these two cards are a whole lot better just because we are going into the new Challengers booster and we will be dealing with Quailofts. You want to use Bottomless against that massive Pendulum summon, and of course Torrential does that as well. As well. You want to deal with those massive Pendulum summonings, and of course when your opponent tries to set up, of course you have these two cards to pretty much stop that setup. So yeah, we have those cards. And that just pretty much covers the main deck. Going on to the extra deck, which I will have a couple of cards missing as well. With the big ones being, I believe, Armades. I'm missing a Leo, probably a Soul of Silver Mountain, or maybe a X-Saber Invoker. You know, just like a couple of cards are missing in the extra deck. You know, just stuff like that. You know, a Goyo Guardian. So just bear with me. But this is pretty much what I have for the extra deck right now, and so far it's been pretty good. So right now I have the One of Godems, which you should always run. Definitely one of your big win conditions of the deck. One Scrap Dragon, one Crimson Blader, one Stardust Dragon, one Black Rose, Soza, Hyunlei, which has been putting in so much work in my past couple of duels. Yeah, definitely great card with Trap Stun, of course. Just pop all of that back row. This is the Ghost Road Naturia Barkion, which Sano Jano just pretty much got from me alongside the Naturia Beast, so thank you, my good friend. And I have this filler, Samsara, just in case, you know, this is until I get an Armades, of course. And we just have like a couple of random extra deck stuff in here. So for rank 4, right now I have the Kagutsuchi, the Castel, Direwolf, 101, and the Strike Bouncer. Some people would probably prefer to run the Constellar Ptolemy M7 over this card, but personally I prefer Strike Bouncer just because of the fact that it has the effect negation, and when you have an established board, it's easy for a lot of decks to just pretty much make an extra deck monster and have its effect just pretty much get rid of the monsters on your board, so you really do not want to deal with that. So personally I prefer Bouncer over Ptolemy M7, but that's just me. So that just pretty much covers my deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to leave some comments and feedback and suggestions down below, because like I said, I'm kind of new to the deck, and I've only started playing it like a couple of days ago. Never really actually played the deck, so I'm not really that used to it yet, I guess. But yeah, I'm slowly getting there. But so yeah, feel free to leave some feedback down below, some suggestions as to what cards I should try out, maybe I should run, and feel free to give some feedback. If you like the video, click the like buttons, click the subscribe button, share my videos with your friends. And for those of you guys who have been missing my Fire King deck profiles, I guess, well, I still have the old that old video that I posted regarding the October 2014 for Fire Kings. So if you want to follow that template, feel free to do so. And if you guys want to take a look at another ideal Fire King deck for the Quailoft format, I suggest you take a good look at my friend Sano Jano's channel. That is Sonojono. Sano Jano, just click on his channel, look at his latest video, which is on the Fire Kings for October 2014, and he'll show you just pretty much how to run the deck and what to do against the Quailofts, so like all of that stuff. So yeah, it's a very, very good build, and he's also a very, very good player. I highly respect him a lot, so yeah, just feel free to check his videos out as well. And thank you guys so much for watching anyways. Look forward to seeing you guys next update when I start getting a lot more cards for the deck. So yeah, thank you guys. This is Noble Blazer ZX signing out.